What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Shout out to everybody. Rise Up Late Night in the building. You know who I am. Andre the Torch Robinson, the Fire Starter, is here. We got a lot to talk about, man. Like and share. Like and share. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody that's tuned in. I figure I'd do a late night. We done with week 15, so I figured do a late night because, I like to stay busy doing some positive things. We got a lot to talk about. We'll talk NFL stuff. We also will talk about the playoff four too, and we'll wrap it up with some NBA too, and then I'm gonna bring up something that's real interesting. I got to get it off. Got to get it off. Firestarters rant coming back. The Torch rant coming back for sure. I got to get it off my chest. So at the end of the show, stay tuned because the conversation is going to get even realer when it comes down to, just certain things in life, period, in general. But without ado, let's get this thing going, man. How many people right now, put it in the comment section, surprised about the 49ers tonight? How many folks is surprised about the San Francisco 49ers tonight? By the way, I think a lot of questions was answered tonight, by the way. If we talking MVP talk, I think a lot of those questions was answered tonight. But put it in the comment section. Let me know right now. After week 15, who is your MVP of the league, first and foremost? All right, put that in there. Now, you also see that I got the call line down in the ticketer right there. 716-954-5209 is there for you guys. You can call in. All right, I'm going to be reading comments. And I'm starting to show off with Scroll Patrol. And I know usually I would start off the show talking about the scores of the games and going through each game. But we're going to start it off a little different. We're going to reverse it today. What we're going to do is we're going to Scroll Patrol. And that's when I like to look through social media to see all you guys' posts that's on here. Because I get a kick out of it. I get a kick out of some of these posts. Some of these posts. We got Baltimore Ravens fans really excited about winning today. They over here talking big stuff. I'll let you hear a clip of a Baltimore Ravens fan talking smack.
Hurry with your mama. Wait for the. And they free up likely for an easy touchdown. They took the gold and ran with it. Take the gold and run with it. I thought they.
All right, enough of that. They real excited about this game, by the way, the Ravens, and maybe as they should, I don't know how many people had the Ravens winning tonight, but you can put it in there if you want. I see. Okay, Merry Christmas. Yep, Deborah Beatty, what's up? Jay Renata here. Zach, what up? Dalton, what's up? Never seen you before in my life. LOL. This guy doing the show late night Christmas. Jay Renard. Whatever, man. Anyway, Purdy is trash. Said Bills are garbage. I knew you was gonna come in here talking that Dolphins crap. You need to be worried about the Ravens next week. After what you just saw tonight, I keep trying to tell you to be humble. I keep telling you. I mean, I'm gonna go on Scroll Patrol. I keep telling you to be humble for a reason, Jay. You keep talking all that stuff, and then you'll be Mariah Carey playing Mariah Carey at your next DJ event. Heartbreak got the best of me. You'll be playing Heartbreak Hotel and shit in a minute. All right. We're gonna get to your Dolphins. We're gonna talk about your Dolphins. All right. I'm gonna give them the respect that's due. They damn sure beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys had one job yesterday. We'll talk about them too. And they couldn't get it done. Niners have never forgotten how many penalties all season long. It was like the Ravens were crying for penalties. Josh Bailey, what's up? Merry Christmas to you, my guy. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays to everybody. If you don't believe in Christmas, I'll put that out there. Happy holidays to you. Man. Desi, what's up, Des? I see you. Listen, I'm going to go on the Scroll Patrol. All right? not HB Hotel. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell him to be humble. Protect the show. You know it, Dalton. D-man all day. Listen, don't you go nowhere. Don't you, Jay Renai, you stay your ass right here. Don't go nowhere. All right. So I'm going down the line. Here we go. Scroll Patrol for the next 20 minutes. All right. 20 minutes, and then I'm going to talk about all these games. Mike Davis said, if this game didn't prove Purdy isn't MVP, I don't know what will. Mike, I think they got it. I think they got the note, the memo. I think they got the memo. Purdy threw 4 interceptions today. It's all been figured out. Except for if Lamar have a couple bad games coming up. If Lamar have a couple bad games coming up, like the Dolphins is coming up, if he don't perform, you already know how quickly these MVP thing can shift from week to week. Right now, I'm going to say it's Lamar Jackson. That's just me personally. You can put your comments in the comment section. Hey, Shell, what up? Said, I'm pissed. We played like SHIT tonight. Yes, you did play like sugar, honey, iced tea. Mary, yep, absolutely, Jay. Rashad, my guy from the Bay, California, stand up. You know, I got the NWA in here. I got Josh Bailey in here from the Cali Love. You know, Cali Love, Rashad, Cali Love. I'm gonna read his joint. It says Lamar Jackson is your MVP. Just saying. I agree right now. I agree. For a minute, I think last week or the week before, we was talking about Lamar Jackson having just as many turnovers as he had touchdown passes. You can let that go. DJ Nico Shaw, what up, my guy? You guys can let that go. All right. Lamar Jackson just showed you what it's about. He's not playing no game. By the way, what is Lamar Jackson's record? Here's my question to you guys. Put it in the comment section too. What is Lamar Jackson's record when it comes to the NFC? What is his record? Do anybody know? All right. Jatone said, my cousin Jatone Schufert said, we bullies for real. Ravens flock. UNIGG, you know what? Take ESPN tape. Football fans knew. Bullish is Ravens culture. Okay, that's what's up. Marcus, what's good, my guy? Deborah said, Jay Renat, I rooted for your Dolphins to beat the Cowboys. Now I'm going to root for the Ravens to fillet your ass and put your ass on the barbecue. Deborah got me dying for that with that one. Yes, that's the correct answer, Marcus. 19-1. You guys surprised he won tonight? Because I ain't. I'm not surprised. In fact, I'm kind of happy that Baltimore won tonight. That sounds crazy, but I called Shells up earlier and was riling her up. I'm like, Niners game, bang, bang game. And then he threw a pick. Funny enough, I will say this. Peep the correlation between the two games. Dallas and Miami. Dallas started off the first drive with a what? Fumble right at the goal line. What did San Francisco do today? Throw an interception in the red zone. Loss. 2 L's. And it is not cool, Jay. And it's not cool, Jay, at all. All right? 19-1. Josh Bailey said 10-1. He said, sheesh. Yeah, Josh Bailey, that's because your IQ doesn't go over 60. Oh, my God, Deborah, stop it. Keep laughing it up. Miami is proving everyone wrong. All right, Jay, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you need to be real humble, sir. I'm trying to tell you. Lamar is him, but the Bills have the blueprint to defend Lamar, and Jay has beaten Lamar Jackson the last 3 in a row, including playoffs. Absolutely, you know that. And you know this, man. Josh Bailey said, I would still take Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson, though. Birdie got benched for Sam Darnold. Yeah, see, bad look. I think they did that on purpose. I think, listen, if you want to be real, you want to be very real, I think that they did that on purpose. I think they purposely did that to get that whole MVP talk out the way. Now y'all got to go play football for the rest of the season. All right, we're not talking about Brock Purdy being MVP no more. It's over. He got benched for the Iron. That should be the end of it. At the end of the day, that should be it. Like, there should be no other discussions about that. Period. All right. Again, happy holidays to everybody that's tuned in. We on the Scroll Patrol right now. I am Andre the Torch Robinson, the Firestarter, in the building. Janai Stewart, interesting comment. Said they tried to silence Cam Newton, but the whole time he was right. Game manager. Now, I am glad that this just came up. But let me read these comments first before I get to talking about that situation too. Purdy got benched for the Arno. Niners ain't won anything since the 1900s, Josh Bailey said. Deborah Beatty said, Josh Bailey, he didn't get benched. They wanted to make sure he didn't get hurt. Your IQ of football isn't very high, is it? Marcus said he wasn't benched. Torch equals Colin Cowherd. Now, Jay. See, CJ. That's where. Okay. All right, sir. Okie dokie. There's no controversy either. No, it's not no controversy. It's not. Again, I think they purposely did that. Like I said, if it looked like he got benched, he didn't get benched. Okay, I don't care. Sam DiArno came in. I think they did all away with that whole MVP talk. Period. It's over. I want to hear Purdy. No more MVP talk. All right. Jay Renard, you acting like Skip right now. Okay. I'm just gonna tell you acting like Skip. Claudia Ferrero, what's up? Can't be MVP getting benched. Now he didn't get, again, if he didn't get benched, if he did, hey, it is what it is. But after 4 interceptions tonight, this is no no conversation at this point. We know now he is not the MVP as it stands right now. Now, could it change in 2 weeks? Maybe. It all depends on who and what happens the next 2 weeks, because you know that it can change. 20-1 against the NFC. Yep. Ravens Nation up in this joint. Yep. I already knew that was coming. It's hard to win 6 games in a row, but Flipper wouldn't know about that. Listen, I done told Jay Renard. I keep trying to tell him. I told him all season, y'all better win the division, and you better be humble, because the next 2 games is not for the faint of heart for you guys. All right. Now, getting back to Cam Newton. Okay. Cam Newton tried to tell him the whole time he was right. Yes, Cam Newton was right. And let me start off by saying Kimberly Martin. And I meant to address this the other night, but things happen. Now I get to address it. Kimberly Martin, you are Buffalo's own. You started off with the Buffalo News. Even though I don't like the Buffalo News that much, your Buffalo News is on. Okay? Stop embarrassing us. Because the comments you made was quite embarrassing. Talking about people tweeting from their basements. Sweetheart, be humble. Okay? Be humble. I would tell her directly to her face. Listen, Marcus Herring would know firsthand. We've been in many of press conferences. Be humble, Kimberly, because you made us look like a fool with those comments. It's not a bad look for us when you make silly comments as such. And that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not even going to go no further than that. She she was dead wrong. That's why they put her up in Carolina. They said in Houston. They put her in Houston. Say, yeah, go cover the game. We don't. Don't sit on this bench. Don't sit on this bench. All right. Last time you sat on the bench, you made yourself look like a fool. We're gonna send you to Houston on assignment. All right, Kimberly. Be thankful. Okay. Be thankful. We want to stay in the building. All right. comments like that, especially against somebody who was an MVP, somebody who went to the Super Bowl, like, chill out. All right. Niners fans hate the Ravens. You're stuck on stupid, aren't you? Oh, y'all going at it. Buffalo blow about to get rolled by the Patriots again. No. Ruined their Super Bowl and Christmas. More like Medea Newton. Torch, tell it like it is. Don't be a homer. You know I'm not a homer. I will tell you this. The Buffalo Bills can sleep on nobody. And I don't think the Buffalo Bills will sleep on anybody. We don't hate the Niners. We feel sorry for we don't hate the Ravens. We feel sorry for them the entire game. The Ravens were crying for penalties, and they got them crybaby always get what they want. She sounded stupid, just like Niners fans. Been saying quest for 6. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. With that being said, scrolling some more. All right. Marcus, my guy, Marcus posted this 2 hours ago. Shout out to We're Talking Sports, by the way. 3 picks and the Ravens have 13 points. Those passes by LJ were Ravens defense is setting the tone in the opponent's backyard. Yeah, he definitely did. CMC is definitely him, but yes, the Ravens definitely set the tone. 5 picks today. 5 picks today in all. All right. Moving right along. No excuses. Purdy showed me something tonight that I needed to see. What's that? And this is Darnell Green. How would he perform against the very best? And if he was in that position? Well, tonight he failed. He looked out of his league against the Ravens. First interception was textbook coverage used for a rookie quarterback. Not even Jimmy G played that bad going against good teams in big moments on big stages. 4 interceptions is totally unacceptable. The Ravens had a great deal of film on Purdy and executed their defensive scheme to the fullest. They were outcoached, played on every level. Maybe he had a bad game. I doubt it. One thing for sure, 2 things for certain. If the Niners don't get that running game, don't run the ball, stop trying to turn Purdy into something he's not, they'll be out of the playoffs sooner than later. Interesting thought. Buffalo literally had to wish and hope on a prayer to beat a broken Chargers team. I'm glad the Ravens beat them tramps. Keep doing your thing, Dre. Yeah. They call him Lamar Jackson Captain America. They got the Captain America look on him right now. This is the picture. Captain America. Interesting enough. All right. Wishing everybody a happy holiday, by the way. Once again, a lot of stuff in here. Okay. Lamar Jackson. Yep. Ravens were a 6-point underdog tonight. Ryan, what's up? Talk about Patriots have no chance. Now I didn't say that they don't have a chance. But what I am saying is that the Buffalo Bills not going to take them lightly. They know what's at stake. The Bills know what time it is. The Bills know if they win this week and y'all lose next week. If y'all lose this week and the Bills win this week, you already know what's up, Jay. And I told you, y'all better not let it get to that point. So what I'm going to tell you is you better win. You better beat Baltimore this week. That's all I'm going to say. You better beat Baltimore. You ain't got no choice in the matter now but to beat Baltimore. Now, Mike Davis, here we go again. He shared something. Trevor Lawrence has Trevor Lawrence has had nearly identical stats to Daniel Jones since he came in the league. If Trevor wasn't a generational college prospect, he'd be a backup by now. Wow. Whoa. Okay. How many people believe that? How many people believe if Trevor Lawrence wasn't a generational college prospect, he'd be a backup right now? Wow, interesting. If you weren't on so late, I would call. So you listen, you watching right now. Why not call? I don't care. Call. My number is always open. Brock Purdy was fooled by the disguise of coverages by the Ravens. Niners also have problems with mobile quarterbacks and quietly have issues versus the run. Sounds like sounds a lot like what the Bills do. Josh Allen has CTE. What in the world? Lawrence is a pretty good actress. I cannot. Jay Renard, you are acting up tonight. I don't know what's up with you. You acting up. You are really acting up. Anyway, moving right along. All right. Let's see here. See if we got some more interesting. By the way, y'all need to stop shaking y'all ass on social media. I'm tired of looking at this. Every time I scroll down the damn timeline, I see nothing but people shaking their ass. Y'all Sims, some of y'all Sims like that type of stupid shit. I tell you, this world is so ass backwards. It don't make no sense. Anyway, shout out to my number one fan, Deborah. Love you. Y'all are hilarious. Marcus said the Chargers was a classic trap game. Bills came through despite turnovers and questionable calls. The New England game will be totally different at home versus a familiar opponent and with the payback on their minds. Yep. If Buffalo wins the AFC East, I will get you tickets to My Little Pony show. Oh my God, Jay Renard. Jay Renard. If the Buffalo Bills win the division, I told you what I'm doing to you. I'm calling you right up. I mean, I'm gonna call you nonstop until you pick up the phone because I know you'll probably try to go hide and not pick up the phone. And I'm gonna call and call and call and call. And then when you finally answer, I'm gonna say, Jay Renard, what the did I tell you? Didn't I tell you to be humble? I told y'all should have won the goddamn division, but y'all sat up here and blew it. And blew it. And then y'all probably gonna be a first round out. I don't know, depending on who you play. But anyway, moving right along. Brock Purdy, Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff, and really Dak Prescott. These are game managers. That was Cam's comment, by the way. I don't hide, bro. Okay. No worries here, okay? If the Bills win the division, our opponent will likely be Kansas City here. Yep, most likely. Raiders defense scores 2 times in 7 seconds. Yeah, I saw that. Ooh, wait. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. It is not pretty. It is not pretty in Kansas City right now. It is not pretty. Now, since it's been about 20 minutes. All right. Tua is not a game manager. All right. Now, since we done got through Scroll Patrol, 20 minutes of Scroll Patrol, I'm gonna talk about today's games and I'm going down, all the way down. All right. Start off with the Raiders and Chiefs. Oh boy. Since we talking about the Chiefs, we might as well stay on the Chiefs, right? Chiefs, Chiefs, Chiefs. They're not looking like the Chiefs of old. Taylor Swift is pretty. She is in Kansas City. I don't care about Taylor Swift. Anyway, with that being said, let me start off by saying that Antonio Pierce should be the Raiders head coach at the end of the year. By the way, if you are a Facebook user, you're asking me where you comment with other watchers. you would go to my original page, my page right now, which is the Andre Robinson page. If you go to the Andre Robinson page, you can comment with everybody else because I think that's where a lot of them is at right now. A lot of them is on that page, and a lot of them is on other platforms too. Now, Raiders punked off KC in a house. Yeah. Listen, when Aiden O'Connell only has to throw for 62 yards, 62, you know you're doing something right. And you win the game, and you convincingly, by the way, win the game. Convincingly, you win the game. Charles Scott, what's up, my guy? What's up? Convincingly, they won the game. Antonio Pierce needs to be their head coach. Period. And I know they asked him after the game about it, and he gave you the answer like, well, you see what we just did. Zamir White, by the way, 22 carries, 145 yards. Looked good. Patrick Mahomes had 235 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and had to rush for 53 yards. Rashid Rice cannot be your number one weapon on offense, and you think you're winning a game. I don't give a damn if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. I wouldn't give a rat's ass. They don't look good. They look boo-boo. I thought Dre was going to be dancing like Teddy Long. No, absolutely not, dog. And I know you're joking with me. Jack Jones, pick 6. They look typical. The Chiefs look very typical. I would say that they're missing Eric Bieniemy, and that's legitimate. I would say that they're missing Eric Bieniemy because when Eric Bieniemy was here, you've seen a whole lot of different looks, creativity from Kansas City. You don't see it no more. I'll be honest. You do not see it. They look very typical. If Pacheco cannot run the football, that's how you beat the Chiefs right now. Stop Pacheco from running the football. Put the double up on Kelsey and just let everybody else have to beat you. It isn't Bieniemy. Yeah, those wide receivers are garbage. Yes, they do lead the league in drops. Sure enough. You're right about that. They do. They definitely do. God awful. God awful. Chiefs 9-6. Yo, listen, this is kind of weird because this was also brought to my attention earlier while I was watching the game too. What's Kansas City's next 2 games? Somebody put them in the comment section. I'm gonna look it up, but put it in the comment section. What's Kansas City's next 2 games? Oh, they lucky. They are so lucky that they get the Chargers 1-7. They get the Chargers in SoFi. The Bengals could give them a run for their money in Kansas City. Especially if you don't know which Jake Browning you're getting. Kansas City might have the worst wideout corpse in the league. You could be right. You could be right. We got a 702 call. Let's see if this is real or not. We on the late night. What's up? Hold on. Let's see who this is. Hey, who we got? This sounds like Deborah Beatty.
Yes, it is.
Wow. Hi, Deborah.
Hey, what's going on? Did you have a Merry Christmas?
My Christmas is all right. It was alright.
Well, I'm just calling here because I see fans on here think Brock Purdy doesn't deserve to be MVP, even though he's been most of the time 1 or 2 in a lot of different directions. Oh, he's got a lot of talent behind him. That's why. Well, Joe Montana was considered a great quarterback, and look at the talent he had behind him, and nobody held it against him. I'm beginning to think a lot of fans don't like Brock Purdy because he was picked in the 7th round.
Because he was what?
He was picked in the 7th round.
Oh, because he was Mr. Irrelevant?
Yeah.
I think that makes his story even more special that he was Mr. Irrelevant, to be honest. That's just me. I think
he basically had 1 bad game, and every interception he had was basically almost in the red zone after a penalty was called.
Yeah.
And the Niners, even though they should have won this game, they're still in charge of their own destiny.
Yes, they are. Will the Niners be the number 1 seed?
The Niners still could be the number 1 seed. And I'll tell you why. Because the way the Eagles played against the Giants, and I know that's a divisional game, and those are always hard, but Arizona, and we play them twice, are no slouch team. They got nothing to lose but to mess up things for the Eagles.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to be rooting for the Cowboys because the only way the Lions can take the number 1 seed for me is if they beat the Cowboys. And the Cowboys are good at home.
Yes, they are. The Cowboys are good at home. They're just not good on the road, which means the Cowboys should be trying to win the division still because they definitely right now would be a 5th seed. If I'm not mistaken, they're a 5th seed right now.
But look at the way the Lions played the Vikings. The Vikings got injury after injury and still almost came back and won that game with Nick Mullins.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a week-to-week league. It is a week-to-week. If there's anything that this season has taught us for sure, it's that it's a week-to-week league. 1 week you can beat the best team and next week be the worst. Now, I do have a question for you because you on here. Who do you think in your mind is more the MVP, Brock Purdy or CMC?
Well, that usually goes to quarterback, and Brock Purdy gets most of those balls off to CMC. So I would say Brock Purdy.
Okay, you got an interesting point there. Okay, you got an interesting point.
I mean, look at the balls Brock Purdy has thrown to him and handed off to him. You know, you're nothing without a quarterback that can play. He's the game manager.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I'm not taking anything away Christian McCaffrey. I mean, you saw some of the yardage he got today. He is amazing.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey is definitely a game changer for sure. For sure. You definitely got to give him his props on that. Definitely a game.
And let's not forget Deebo. Did you see the hits he was taking and came up like it was nothing?
Well, Deebo's a big guy. I would think that he would be able to take hits.
Yeah, but those Raven guys on the defense are pretty big themselves.
Well, I got a question for you on that since you bring up Deebo Samuel. My question to you on Deebo Samuel is this. Is Brandon Ayuk becoming a better receiver though?
I would, what I would say is, oh gosh, I love both of them, but I would say they're pretty equal. But Brandon Ayuk is really surprised me this season because all of a sudden he came alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely been balling.
Yeah.
All right. So now, with that being said, I want to move on to this Giants-Eagles game that we were talking about. We already kind of been talking about the Ravens 49ers game. Well, you know what? Let's talk about the Ravens 49ers game. Now, 33-19 was the score. Obviously, the Ravens took care of business, 12-3. Ravens proven right now they're the best team in football.
No, they're proven now to be the best team in the AFC, not in football.
Oh,
Anybody can have a bad game. So that doesn't convince me they're the best team in the entire league.
oh, okay. All right. And you're not convinced?
No.
No.
The Niner defense kept up with Lamar Jackson through the whole game, if you noticed. We did get 3 sacks on him, and that's not easy to do.
No, it's not easy to do, but I will say that Lamar Jackson made some plays. 3rd and 16, he ran for 31 yards.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to take away anything he did. I'm just saying, it's not easy to get sacks on him.
Nope, not at all. It's not against Lamar. But I will say this: Lamar and them definitely had a game plan. They stuck to the game plan. John Harbaugh had a game plan on defense as well.
What I don't understand about the Niners is why all of a sudden they wanted Brock Purdy to throw the ball everywhere. They should have stuck to the run game.
Yep, and I think part of that is because of the MVP conversation, the talks.
I know, but do you know Brock Purdy is the youngest quarterback in the league?
Yes.
He still has time to win something like that.
Doug Kroon said the scoreboard told a different story. For sure. Definitely told a different story. I'm watching these key plays right now, and I saw, he came out right off the grip. Kittle made that nice catch.
Yeah,
But play
I
number
still
2.
wonder if Kittle is a blocker or a wide receiver because he does an awful lot of blocking.
Yeah, but play number 2 was not a good one. Key play number 2 is the first interception. Brock Purdy threw right to Kyle Hamilton, by the way, Notre Dame alum. He's a phenomenal safety, by the way, Kyle Hamilton.
Yes, I know.
Give him a lot of props.
And I'm not taking anything away from the Ravens.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But 2 of those interceptions were hit from a helmet that landed in their hand.
Yep. And then the third play was San Francisco getting at Lamar Jackson in the end zone for that safety. And here comes Christian McCaffrey down the hill. Yeah, they definitely should have ran Christian McCaffrey a little bit more. It looked like they were having a lot of success running with him. But then, second half, you make adjustments. Harbaugh said the first adjustment he was making was tightening up on that run defense. He did say that.
Yeah, but I don't know why, because we should run the ball. We were throwing it everywhere.
Yeah, Ayuk's one catch today.
I'm not used to the Niners doing that, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Christian McCaffrey had 103 yards rushing today and a touchdown. Kittle had 126 yards receiving. Brock Purdy, 4 interceptions today. That's the killer. The killer is the 4 picks.
Yeah, but we've seen some of the best quarterbacks get that. How many interceptions did Kirk Cousins get before he got hurt?
Oh, yeah. The ref
We
was in the
see
way. I
that
felt like
happen
that shouldn't have been a safety.
But what I'm curious to see is the Browns with Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a hell of a matchup. And it may happen in the playoffs where Baltimore plays Cleveland. It very well could happen. I think Cleveland is very good. Here goes Kyle Hamilton again, put another interception off the bounce. Went out the bounce. Lamar Jackson, 252 yards, 2 touchdowns today. 45 yards rushing from him. Zay Flowers had 9 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown on a tutty. The winning probability went San Francisco first, second quarter, and then the probability in the second half was all the Ravens. It's not even close. Second half. Third quarter was a terrible third quarter for the 49ers. Gave up a lot.
I think all 4 quarters were terrible.
Yeah, I would say the first quarter wasn't too bad. I mean, besides the interception, they probably should have been on the board. They probably should have had a 10-0 lead before Tucker's field goal.
If
But
you think about it, in the first quarter, they got like back-to-back penalties that almost amounted in 40 yards, and they held the Ravens to a field goal.
yeah, they did. I mean, if you look at the stats, I mean, the first downs was even. The 49ers had 429 yards of total offense, but those five turnovers. Time of possession was pretty much even.
And that was more turnovers probably than we had all season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, it's any given Sunday and Monday, and it was just not on Monday.
Yeah, definitely not your Monday.
But I feel confident for the next 2 games, Commanders, Rams.
Now, speaking of which, we're going to talk about the Rams in a second. Actually, we're going to talk about them now. 30-22 over the Saints. The Rams. How many of you guys think the Rams can make the playoffs? Put it in the comment section if you think so.
Are you giving us a choice between the Rams and the Seahawks?
Mm-hmm.
Because right now they're both, 6 and 7?
Mm-hmm.
I would say the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams look good. 8 and 7 right now. That's a team you don't want to play with. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Kyren Williams, Matthew Stafford. That defense is looking all right.
How many of you think the Vikings are going to get back in there?
I don't think so.
Yeah, the Lions and the Packers. Ooh.
Now, all the Packers have to do is win out to get in the playoffs, by the way.
Yeah.
And the playoff picture right now is as follows. We can look at it right now. Playoff picture is as follows. Ravens 1, Dolphins 2, Browns.
Kansas City was 3.
Kansas City is 3 right now.
Okay.
But I'm looking at the probability as far as %99. Yeah. Ooh-wee. Not looking pretty. Not looking pretty for some of these teams.
No, it's coming down to the wire for those last wild card seats.
So as of right now, hold on. As of right now, I am looking for. I know it's Baltimore 1, Miami's 2 right now. Kansas City is 3. Jacksonville is 4. But Jacksonville is slipping.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, I'd watch out. What team right now, if we're gonna look at standings, could catch Jacksonville?
I don't know. The Raiders looked pretty good yesterday, beating the Chiefs.
Now, once again, as I mentioned earlier, if the Chiefs lose out and the Raiders was to win the next 2 games, then the Raiders will win the division. And that is crazy to me.
It's crazy to me too, but it can happen.
Yeah, Lawrence is hurt.
The Chiefs need to get rid of Taylor Swift. Ever since she came on board, they've been playing like shit.
Well, I will say this: the Chiefs are thankful that they got the 5-10 Chargers coming up the last week of the season. So I don't know if the Chiefs are gonna lose both games, but if it happens, that would be quite weird because that would make the Chiefs 9-8. Now I have to tell you that Indianapolis, Houston, and Jacksonville are all 8-7. Pittsburgh is 8-7. Cincinnati is 8-7. Right. A lot of lurking teams. Cincinnati was to beat Kansas City. That gives Cincinnati the tiebreak, which means there is a great possibility that the Chiefs could miss the playoffs. Wow.
I know. It's
Whoa.
like scary.
Right. Crazy scary, right?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Chiefs, you need to concentrate on your game. Not about who's up in the booths rooting for you.
Right. Now, again, we don't know what kind of Jake Browning you're going to get against Kansas City. If you get the Jake Browning that racked off a couple wins in a row, Kansas City might be in trouble for that game, at least for that one. That would make them 9-7. But then you have to be careful because, again, Jacksonville is slipping, and you got Houston, Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, all teams that are 8-7 and lurking. She tired of Taylor Swift too. Who ain't tired of Taylor Swift? I'm telling you, I'm like, yo, are you a placeholder or something?
Agreed with me. It's like they're always showing her more than the game.
Yeah, it's quite annoying. And the fact that literal analysts have been kicked off covering playoff games because of her, I feel is crazy to me.
Yeah.
I think that's highly absurd.
And Travis Kelce isn't playing like Travis Kelce. He missed some catches. I mean, it's just, you're not used to Travis Kelce playing that way.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely right.
But, you know, I'm rooting for the Browns to get in there and do something.
Well, the Browns are 10-5, and Joe Flacco's looking really, really good coming off the couch.
He looked way better. What's that quarterback that they signed that was supposed to? I just threw a look on his name.
Mm-hmm.
The quarterback that the Browns went out and seeked.
You're not talking about PJ Walker.
No, the main one.
Deshaun Watson?
For the Texans, I think.
Deshaun Watson is who you're talking about.
They gave up everything for him.
And now you see
Flacco may get him somewhere that Deshaun Watson couldn't get him.
Yeah, I mean, Amari Cooper had 265 yards, 2 touchdowns in this game against the Texans. I mean, he went off. And the fact, oh, hold on. Well, here's the thing. Ready? So I'm going to go look up Cleveland's last 3 games. Hey, Marie, what's going on? Happy birthday, by the way. Merry Christmas to you. I'm going to look up the last 3 games that the Browns played. And I want to say Joe Flacco's numbers are ridiculously good. I mean, ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. I remember playing Flacco in the 2012 Super Bowl, and he was the key ticket that beat us by 3 points.
So Flacco is gunslinging. He will throw those interceptions, but he throws touchdowns.
Yeah.
So last game, he had 368 yards. The game before, he had 374 yards. 374. And Jacksonville. Let's look at the Jacksonville game.
Not bad, because everybody's calling him an old man at 38.
Oh yeah. Joe Flacco has thrown 8 touchdowns in 3 games, but he's thrown 6 interceptions. But every game he's played, he has over 300 yards. Each one of them. 311, 374, 368. In every one of these games, Cleveland has won. Every one of them. Every single one of them. He did not play the game against the Rams, I don't think. I think that was. Oh yes, he did. He played with the Rams too. The Rams I think he came in off the bench. 254 yards, 2 touchdowns in that game. But Cleveland got the boot smoke. By the Rams. And the Rams again are looking really good.
Yeah, he's very impressive.
But Doug said once they get film on you, your days are numbered. Yeah, that's true. You're true. That's not a lie. There is no lie on that.
No.
All right, moving right along. Seahawks sneak by the Titans. We were talking about the Seahawks or the Rams. Put it in the conversation. What team do you think is making the playoffs? The Seahawks or the Rams?
I don't think there's going to be 3 NFC West teams in there. So if I had to pick, I would say the Rams. You know, they got Stafford, and I just think Stafford is better than Geno Smith. But
So.
And that Puko guy, ooh, I love him. Even though we gave him what for, I love that little guy. He never gives up. He's out there doing his thing.
So I will say this. Seahawks have definitely shown fight the last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Beating the Titans and beating the Eagles, yeah.
The Eagles game was the starter. Beating the Eagles. And then they turned around and beat the Titans late, which, I mean, I can give them respect for that. They have put themselves in a position where they control their destiny too.
I know all of a sudden it switched from the North having 3 teams to the West.
William Richter, Merry Christmas to you, my guy. Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Hi, Will. He's a Bills fan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Will. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, so the Seahawks next 2 games are as follows. Let's see here. We can get the Seahawks next 2 games. You guys can put them in the comment section if you get them before me. But Seahawks next 2 games. Let's slide to the left. Slide to the left. Oh, Pittsburgh and Arizona. Interesting. They get Pittsburgh at home and Arizona on the road.
Arizona could be a tough game for them.
It could be.
They played us hard the week before.
Right. It could be a trap game.
I don't know. Who are you picking, Geno Smith or Kyler Murray?
See, I'm going to take, first you got to talk about Pittsburgh and Seattle. That's a game right now. So you got 2 veteran coaches going at it. Pittsburgh showed you what they could do last week when all cylinders is on. Mason Rudolph probably should be the starter for the rest of the season after what he showed you last week. That's going to be a good one. Seattle and Pittsburgh. That's going to be a good game. Really good game.
As a Niners fan, I know how hard it is to play there.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be really good. Next week is going to clear some of the dust for us next week. These games coming up. But I do like what the Seattle Seahawks is doing, showing a lot of fight, a lot of grit, a lot of determination.
Yeah. I mean, for a couple of games there, they had to do Dre Love beat the Eagles. So.
And how about those Lions? Yeah, how about those Lions?
Lions, the way they played with the Vikings and Nick Mullins, barely winning that game. That's concerning. Okay.
For everybody that's tuned in right now, can anybody tell me when the last time the Detroit Lions won a division?
30 years ago.
That would be true. Very true. Very true, Deborah. Right on the money. 30 years. 30 years ago. First time they won a championship, won a division, 30 years. 11-4. Are the Lions for real or are they pretenders? Nick Mullins had 411 yards on him, but he threw 4 picks. They go that 4 picks again.
Yeah.
Amon Brown, St. Brown, 106 yards. Gibbs, 2 touchdowns, 80 yards. Jared Goff.
I think the hardest game for the Lions will be the Cowboys.
So you know Jared Goff's numbers this year. Almost 4,000 yards passing, number 2 in the league in passing yards. 27 touchdown passes. He's tied for 3rd in touchdown passes. He has 10 interceptions, and his QBR is almost 60. Would you say Jared Goff this year is a top 5 quarterback in the league?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so.
Last game, he had 75% completion rate. Had a 68.4 QBR. He was 30 for 40 in this game.
Yeah, but look at how much trouble Justin Jefferson gave him.
Yeah. Devon, what's up? How about them Packers? Okay. We'll talk about that shortly. Oh boy.
Oh no, you can't count the Packers out just yet.
So the Packers control their destiny too, winning they're in. They got to win the next 2 games. They beat Carolina. Jordan Love. You don't know what type of love you're getting from this team. I'm just here. Haha, Divine, you funny. Laughing my motherfucking ass off. Yeah.
Well, the Packers should have won that game. So, and now you're playing the Vikings next, right?
Yeah, Devon said Baltimore, baby. Yeah, Baltimore handled business today in a major way. But yes, they do play the Vikings coming up in Minnesota. That should be an interesting game coming up. Honestly, I think that's for the playoff spot. They get the Bears at home on January 7th. So if they can beat the Vikings, the Packers could be in. Baltimore have better not shit the bed against Miami next week. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier, Devon. What did Aaron say those years ago? Relax. Relax. Yeah. Dallas already fucking failed us as usual. Yeah, the Cowboys, well, fumbling the ball at the end zone cost them that game. And then their inability to get Miami off the field cost them too. A lot of drive time. Well, yes, we'll see what the Packers can do the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Their defense is sorry.
Bears, though, they beat the Lions and the Vikings.
Yes, they have. The Bears have beat the Lions, the Vikings, and the Cardinals last week too. Bears looking interesting. Miami is scary this year. Bears is a W. Vikings is the real test. Yeah, we'll see. Bears. Justin Fields throw for a touchdown, runs for another one. 27-16. Herbert, 112 yards.
Have nothing to lose, so.
Packers did exactly what I said they would do, middle of the pack. Yep. Cole Kmet, 4 catches, 107 yards for the Bears. Will Arizona move on from Kyler Murray? I doubt it. Interesting team. Watch out for the Buccaneers. Now, I will tell you this, and this is hilarious. A lot of people jumped on it too when I posted this. I'm tired of people celebrating the Bears for doing well against shitty teams. Well, didn't the Bears beat? Who did the Bears beat? Detroit.
The Lions, the Vikings.
Yeah, Detroit not shitty. Minnesota is a playoff spot. I mean, they beat this team last week, the Cardinals. That's the shitty team, if anything. Doesn't matter what Chicago does. We own them. Yeah, Packers definitely own them for sure. Arizona could move on from Kyler if a special quarterback is available in the draft. Des, what's up? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody who's tuned in. By the way, I'm sitting up here looking at Patrick Mahomes shake his head back and forth. He mad as hell right now. So the post that was put up was Baker Mayfield stats versus Patrick Mahomes stats this year. I'm like, Lord, what a stretch.
Baker's valid.
I'm like, what a stretch. Baker literally has Godwin and Mike Evans, and we're comparing his stats to Patrick Mahomes, who has nobody. That just goes to show you how good Patrick Mahomes really is. If their stats are very even, that tells me that Patrick Mahomes with those weapons we already know what Patrick Mahomes can do.
Patrick Mahomes hardly has no weapons. No, that's not true. He's got some great players.
Oh, and who?
Oh, Travis Kelce.
Well, yeah, that's the only one.
I don't know what happened to that team. They had a lot of good players.
They ain't got nobody. And to be honest with you, I think they have the most dysfunctional. I won't say they have the worst wide receiver core in the league. I say they have the most dysfunctional receiving core in the league.
Because they're already dropping balls that were catchable balls.
Huh? What's wrong with Travis Swift? I meant Travis Kelce.
Don't say that name Swift again.
I know. I could throw touchdown passes to Mike Evans. I mean, that guy just has 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons. I mean, phenomenal, by the way.
Did you see what Mike Evans did for his team? He played Santa Claus. He got each and every one of his players golf carts with their names on it and their numbers.
Yeah. Who was they saying got golf clubs for their team? Oh, Christian McCaffrey got everybody the 49ers. Yeah, got everybody golf clubs. Yeah. But Baker Mayfield threw for 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, as they beat the stuffing off the Jacksonville Jaguars. Which I'm telling you right now, I have a suspicious feeling that Duval is going to be very upset by the end of the season. Because, I mean, do you really want them to make the playoffs without Trevor Lawrence? I think they're going to get embarrassed. Honestly. I think that team gets embarrassed.
Bills have to play left.
So, the Bills have the Patriots and the Dolphins. 2 divisional games coming up. I will be there Sunday for the Patriots game.
Oh, those Mets Dolphins game.
And the Bills get to play the Dolphins week 18. Facebook user said Jacksonville's done. They could be. We'll see what Houston does. Is CJ Stroud even coming back?
I don't think so. So that might be their end to make the playoffs.
The Colts?
Huh?
The Colts winning the division?
It could be. The Colts, they sneak up on you.
Yeah. Let's look at the Colts last 2 games. Houston looked regular without Dell and Stroud. They do. Which, what's the report on them too? I'm wondering. Are they out for the season? I hope not. I would have to look. Hold on, let me look at the Texans real quick. Texans' last 2 games are against Tennessee and the Colts. Ooh. At Indy. That might be for the division. That game right there might be for the division. Now, they beat the Titans the week before.
San Francisco. Did the Ravens win their division now?
Who?
The win against San Fran. Did the Ravens finally clinch their division?
No, because if the Ravens lose out and Cleveland wins out, Cleveland wins the division.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know. I thought I heard.
Hell no. There's no controversy. No, Devon, there is no quarterback controversy. No. The 49ers do not have a quarterback controversy. Stop. No, and no. No, sir. No. The second last play of the game, Darnold looked like a fool. Like, you can't take a sack at the. You can't take a sack at in that situation. You're at the 2. Run the damn ball. I'm not understanding. I don't care. Run the damn ball. And on 4th down, run the damn ball again. I don't care. Make it a 1-score game. This dude back to Pat. I don't know what the. Get him out of here. No. Hell no.
I can't remember who is that. Who does Devon root for?
The Bears.
Okay, it makes sense.
Oh, I cannot. Don't be dissing my homie. Don't be coming at my man's the professional just because he a Bears fan. Yes, Purdy threw 4 interceptions. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Ravens, like Marcus said earlier, I agree. The Ravens confused him all night. Packages, they gave him different looks. Yeah, he looked bad. He had a bad game.
A bad game doesn't make a bad player.
Correct. Sure doesn't.
He won 5 in a row.
Right. I mean, he's 0-3 in games where he's thrown 2 or more interceptions in his career. So he hasn't had many bad games.
No, he hasn't. But every once in a while, you get one.
Yeah, Devon is Bears and Bills.
Oh, he's what do you call a bandwagon fan?
Oh, cannot. Deborah cannot.
No, you don't root for 2 teams.
I don't get mad at people if they do that.
No, I don't either. But the only team I root for is the Niners and whoever's playing in their division. Like, I'll root against those teams. Yeah, Cowboys really made the Rams look like a pee-wee football team.
Yeah. Let's see here.
There's a lot of people in your show that root for somebody else than the Bills. I think Dalton roots for the Saints and he roots for the Bills.
Yeah. Ravens have the most takeaways this season, 26 takeaways this year.
Oh, I believe that one.
Lamar Jackson is 20-1 against the NFC in his career. I'm not surprised that he won it. My comment silenced you on the BO. No, dude. No, I'm not. I'm not going there. Messed up his shoulder. Yeah, he messed up his shoulder. I think he'll be fine, though. I think he'll bounce back. He'll be fine. Niners got to win out now.
You got no choice but to be fine. The playoffs are coming here around the corner. You're going to see a lot of players play with injury.
I wonder how many teams are going to look at this tape, Ravens tape today, and try to play the Niners the same way.
Well, the Washington can try, and so can the Rams.
Yeah, those are your last 2 teams, right? Last 2 games, right? Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, Washington. Washington played the Jets close, but who are those 2 teams? Anyway, I think they beat the Commanders. You got to watch out for that Rams game, though.
Yeah, if you know one thing about the Niners, they have the Rams number. I mean, the last 3 seasons we swept them.
Mm-hmm. Dijon, what's up? Ravens played the Niners like we, the Bills, played Dallas. Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah, Bills look beautiful against Dallas. And I was like, oh.
One thing I could probably say, I was a Packers fan when we sucked and Majkowski was the quarterback. Oh yeah. I don't know who the Facebook user is, but I know he's a Packers fan. Just don't tell Lil Wayne. Hilarious. All right. Dolphins obviously 22-20 over the Cowboys. We talked about that. That's going to be very interesting coming up. They get the Ravens next week. Miami better shut up. Those fans, I told Jay Renat, he better be humble.
Miami better shut up
because yeah, they beat Dallas, but
had them up until the end.
Yeah, they beat Dallas, but
yeah, but they seem to forget they barely beat Dallas.
Yeah, they should have lost.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan Go, my bro. Ryan Go, man. Happy holidays to you, my guy. Wow, coming to you live from Green Bay. Yeah. Shout out to my guy, aka Seth Rollins. Ryan Go. Oh my goodness. It's been a minute, my guy. Good to see you.
The biggest question that's buzzing around, say Dallas has to go on the road. Do you think they're going to be one and done or make it through a playoff game or what?
Oh, we will talk about that in a second, actually. That's interesting. I like the fact that the Bills and Ravens are both getting more physical on defense as the season gets older. Yep. Deshaun, what's up? Shout out to you. How's the family? Happy holidays to you. Tonight should show people that San Fran is human. They're not unbeatable. Yeah. Now you was talking about the Cowboys, right?
Yeah. If they don't do well their next two games, they might be a road team.
Well, let's look at the playoff picture right now as it stands. If the playoffs started today, the Cowboys would play the Buccaneers. Ooh.
Oh. On the road?
On the road.
Oh no.
Youch. I don't know if Tampa is finding their way right now. I don't know. To me, that's a toss-up. You got to throw that in the air. Baker Mayfield is playing pretty good. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, all those guys. Oof.
And let's not forget that Prescott, man. He's not good on the road, and he seems to fall apart in the playoff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to watch out for them. Yeah, you definitely got to watch out for them. Yeah. Buffalo 24-22 over the Chargers. We know what happened in that game. Buffalo is the team that gives you cardiac arrest every time you watch them.
Buffalo should have beaten the Chargers. That was no brainer.
Yeah, but they played down to the competition. They made a lot of mistakes that I feel like they can't be making as they get closer to the playoffs, if they're going to be in the playoffs. Which all they got to do is win and get in.
Yeah, but the thing is, make the mistakes during a game like that.
Let's also remember that Buffalo is winners of 3 straight. They got the Patriots, who I feel they're gonna win. They're gonna beat the Patriots. They gotta watch the Dolphins. That game is that's gonna be the game.
That's gonna be
That should be, to me, that should be a Sunday night football game. If you ask me.
I haven't noticed them flexing really any games.
Yeah, they need to flex that one. If they got any game to flex. If the Bills beat the Patriots and Miami loses to the Ravens, oh, it's to be announced, by the way, which means they can flex that game. The 1-7 game.
I would. What defense would you say is better, the Dolphins or the Niners?
The Niners.
And I don't think the Dolphins have any chance of beating the Ravens. I mean, any given Sunday, but I don't think they could hold the Ravens. The Niners did get some 3 and outs. I don't think the Dolphins are going to do that.
You gotta watch. The Dolphins are speedy though.
Just like you say, any given Sunday, but
yeah, and I think it's in Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. And they barely beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, let me see if this game is in. Yeah, that game is in Baltimore too. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be.
It's cold there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough game for the Dolphins. I got the Ravens winning, and I think with with the win they would put the conference on ice because technically that game is for the conference.
Do they have to go the Dolphins or do the Dolphins come to them?
No, Buffalo goes to Miami.
Okay.
Remember, Buffalo already beat the Dolphins this year, 48-20.
Oh, that's right. And it's hard to beat their divisional rival.
Yes, it is. But if the Bills want the division, they're gonna have to sweep Miami. They're gonna have to beat Miami.
Yeah. So, say the Bills beat the Patriots. If they lose to the Dolphins, they won't be in the playoffs no more?
No, the Bills still will make the playoffs. There'll be a wild card.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's getting exciting.
Buffalo will most likely be a 6 seed.
And if they're the 6th seed, who do they have to play?
Whoever wins the AFC West, which means their first round could be against Kansas City.
And that would be on the road, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. We all know how that's worked out the last 2 times.
Well, Josh Allen, he works some magic.
Mm-hmm.
And Patrick Mahomes, he's getting frustrated with everybody.
To me, Buffalo has to win the division. Now, here's the thing. If Buffalo wins the division, Buffalo goes all the way up to a 2 seed.
Oh, wow. Right now, the Dolphins are a 2 seed, right?
Yes.
Just like I said, it's getting exciting.
Mm-hmm. But if Buffalo wins the division, they go up to a 2 seed. They would play the 7 seed, which would be most likely somebody like it could be Ooh, it could be a Pittsburgh or an Indianapolis or a Jacksonville at home. Honestly, if we want to do some shape, if we want to do some shaping, so let's just say Buffalo does win the division, right? Buffalo becomes the 2 seed. Miami would become the, depending on what Cleveland does. If Cleveland was the win out and Miami was the lose out, then Cleveland would be the 5th seed. Miami would be the 6th seed. Miami would see the 3 seed, which would be either Kansas City or whoever wins the AFC West.
Yeah, it's getting exciting for both conferences.
Now, Cleveland would see the 5 seed. I mean, Cleveland would be the 5 seed, in which Cleveland would see the 4, which would probably be Jacksonville or Indy, and I think Cleveland could beat any of those AFC South teams, which would leave you with, obviously Cleveland could win. Miami would be a 6 seed. They could beat the AFC West. Baltimore would play the lowest seed, which still could be Miami. Oh my goodness. They might end up having to play Miami twice.
You're driving yourself crazy.
They might have to play Miami twice. Because the way it's looking is that I think the 5 and 6 seed could easily beat the 2 divisional winners. If Miami and Cleveland end up being the 5 and 6, I could see Miami and Cleveland winning the first round.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Kansas City's offense is putting it. It's putrid.
Yeah, their defense didn't seem to be doing much of it.
And the AFC South has all backup quarterbacks, by the way, if you didn't know. Jacksonville backup quarterback. Gardner Minshew is a backup quarterback. CJ Stroud is not playing right now. All of those teams are backups right now. All of them.
And the Browns, Flacco, he's basically a backup quarterback.
The Browns are one of the best teams, though, defensively, even though they're not great on the road. They're not great on the road, but they're good defensively. And who's Baltimore's last game of the season? Oh my goodness. See, there's so many different scenarios here. Baltimore's last 2 games obviously is against, oh my goodness. They play, their last 2 games is at home. Baltimore's in the driver's seat. They play Miami and Pittsburgh. Well, like I said before, if Baltimore was to beat Miami, they lock up the conference, which means the game against Pittsburgh doesn't really matter. Which could give Pittsburgh a free win and into the playoffs. But if they were to lose to both Miami and the Steelers, then you have to look at Cleveland's record. I mean, Cleveland's um,
Well, you have to admit the Niners did bang up their defense. A lot of them went in the tent to get evaluated, and one of their best defenses guy was out for the game.
yeah, you gotta be careful. That's why they took players out, because you gotta rest up. You gotta be careful for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, Cleveland gets the Jets and the Bengals. They get the Bengals the last week of the season on the road, and the Jets at 8:15 coming up Thursday. Yeah,
And
this.
the Bengals haven't been good since Burrow went down.
No, actually, Jake Browning actually won them a couple games. They was in the playoff hunt for a minute until just last week. I'd be careful. All I'm gonna say is those teams need to be careful. I don't think anybody has room. Yeah, I don't think any team has room for like error.
No, no. Not with everybody being 8-7, 11-4, 11-3.
Yeah, Ravens have to win next week. I feel like the Ravens have to beat Miami. They got to beat Miami. You can't wait to the end of the season, the last week of the season, to want to actually play. And your last week is against Pittsburgh. Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Because Cleveland could take the division from you if they were to lose the last two games of the season. Cleveland could take. Hold on. Let me see. Did Cleveland beat Baltimore this year? I could have swore they beat Baltimore this year too. Nope, they lost 28-3 to Baltimore at home. But they beat Baltimore. That's correct. But they beat Baltimore by 2 in Baltimore. That's when they came back and they won that game against Baltimore. So technically, I don't know who would have the tiebreaker. Hold on, between those two. So right now, conference, they're both 7-3 in the conference. They're both 3-2 in the division. Yeah, you can't sleep.
Nope.
Yeah, there's no
You can't
sleeping.
sleep on any team.
Yeah, there's no sleeping for any of these teams.
Like the Niners can keep the #1 seed if the Cowboys beat the Lions.
Now, here's the thing. So San Francisco, 11-4. Detroit, 11-4. Philly, 11-4.
Well, the Niners need to beat the Commanders.
Wait a minute. I know damn well Detroit not #1 right now.
Things could have switched, but I don't see how, because we're all tied at 11-4. And the Niners have won their division as well.
Yeah, hold on.
So I would say the Niners and Lions should be tied.
Yeah, let me see real quick. I'm about to see right now. look up the playoff picture real quick for you guys, and then I'm gonna head on off. I was gonna talk college football, but we got a week to talk about the playoff. And then basketball, obviously, we could talk about that coming up in later shows. But let's see, current. All right, let's see here. Okay, so week 17 is next week. 49ers is 1, Philly is 2, Detroit is 3, Tampa's 4, Cowboys is 5, Rams is 6, Seattle is 7. Vikings is 8, Falcons 9, Packers 10. But as you know, the Packers went out. They're in the playoffs.
So who all thinks the Packers are gonna win out?
They could win out if they beat Minnesota. If they beat Minnesota this week coming up, they're in. They're going to be
I
in.
think Jordan Love could probably give Nick Mullins. It's better than Nick Mullins, but you could have had Justin Jeffries. Oh my gosh, he was balling.
Yeah. AFC, it's Ravens, Dolphins, Kansas City, Jaguars, Cleveland 5, Buffalo 6, Colts 7. See, Colts are 7 right now. But then you got the Texans, Steelers, and Bengals all looking in. On the outside looking in. Gotta watch. Buffalo could go all the way up to 2. They win the division.
And they got 2 divisional games left, right?
Yep, Miami would go to 6 if they lose out. If they lose out, Miami would go to 6 if Cleveland wins a game. If Cleveland wins one game, Miami goes to 6. Cleveland would be 5.
So predictions for the Super Bowl. Who do y'all have?
I ain't talking about that yet. I don't even want to talk about that yet. So the playoff picture is as follows. Yep, I was right. Yep, what I just told you. Niners 1, Eagles 2, Lions 3, Buccaneers 4, Cowboys 5, Rams 6. Yep. Seahawks 7. AFC picture. I was right again with what I said. Yep. Ooh wee. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do not want to have to play the Seahawks for a third time. I think even though we'll be at home, we did it last year. I don't want to do it again this year. So Packers come and take that 7th seed.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll see.
Because we kind of got the Packers number, so.
Yeah, we all know that. Everybody knows that. For sure. All right, with that being said, it's been real. It's been a whole lot of fun. Rise Up Late Night has been a whole lot of fun. We'll do this again coming up. You know, I'm going to keep trying to pump these Rise Up Late Nights at least once a week. Try my best to do once a week. Got things to do. All right, everybody, love on each other, pray on each other. Oh, I wanted to talk about this one thing. I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna let it simmer. I'm gonna let it simmer before I get to talking about it because it don't have nothing to do with sports. I'll let it simmer, and if I have to, I'll go on live and I'll bring it up. Ravens rolling. Hope they keep it up. Merry Christmas, bro. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays to you and everybody. All right. I'm going to let y'all go.
Safe New Year's.
Oh, yeah. I'll be on before New Year's, though. I'll be on before New Year's, but I will catch y'all real soon.